When it comes to crypto and everything else in life, expect self-rescue, especially when you're in the basement.
Ooh. Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're going to screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now
level. So I don't even know if we're going to get back below there. But if we do, that's kind of where we...
Welcome, subjects, to the Nictatorship. All of you here are under my firm, benevolent, dictatorial grasp. Welcome, basement dwellers. Welcome, everyone, from around the fruited plain of the Nick Nation. So let's see who's here. Manawak, Crypto Shark, a man named B, Cali Crypto Dude, Raul San Miguel, Manly. Always good to see him. Blazing 2JZ, one of the best engines out there. TJ's Chicken Salad has been replaced by Coke Zero. Editing team.
That's me.
R.A. Daniel, Crimson Caravan Company, Pablo Guerrero, Ninja, Glock, Twinspired. What's going on, folks? Zach Spady, small face, no toe. Kind of sounds like a birth defect. Welcome to Blockchain Basement. It is I, the Nictator. I'm here with some of my elite secret police. AJ Writes Crypto.
Hey.
Double H, Hannah Hughes. And then we've got the Druth himself running the board / on the couch. Guys, this is going to be a lit show. How are we feeling, chat? I want a lot of questions today. I did a lot of show prep, but I want some questions. I want some interaction. Drew has his top button buttoned. Drew, what the frick is going on with you?
Well, I was on the morning live stream and I wanted to make sure that, everyone could see my fantastic garment here. Usually it's opened up and have easier access to hard iron goods, but today I chose difference.
Freaking Drew with his shredded ass arms popping out of that shirt. Like, I got my shredded ass arms. Like, I think it's like pretty decent mass, but I got to work on it. But Drew, show us your guns.
I mean, I have a...
Come on, sideways. Come on, let's
sideways.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah. Look at that.
But
that's girth.
But look, I
girth.
got bit up.
They call him Pringle Can Drew.
I got eaten up by bugs in my woods this weekend.
That happens.
But didn't an SUV get caught in your woods?
I captured an SUV.
Captured an
Grabbed
SUV.
himself a Suburban.
Like
Nice.
that scene in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Where the wheel was like holding a vehicle up. I woke up at 9 a.m. Couldn't really make out what I was looking at. And then all the cops showed up and just a mess.
I love it.
And he got away.
Yeah. Teller says Ajax or Fetch. AJ, what do you think?
Yeah, AGIX 100%.
Yeah.
100,000%. I traded AGIX today. It went up 10% in 50 minutes. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. I think Joel is crowning in the other room.
No, he's getting shot in shattered slabs as we speak.
In shattered slabs.
God awful.
I am too old to know what that is. Double H, how are you?
I'm doing good. Feeling good. Feeling great.
Double H.
Double H. That's her moniker.
You know
now.
what? Actually, okay. So like for my signature, I would do like 1H, and it would be like Hannah Hughes, like the H represents both. And my first name's a palindrome. Shout out mom, dad.
Yeah, palindrome. One of a very old ancient name. Like, do we still get the PTZ when you're down here?
Well,
Truth?
yes, but Hannah moved. I was about to complain because Hannah moved slightly, so I got to get up.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
you stay. Don't get up.
Don't get up.
Please
don't get up. Hang on, Drew. Can we check in on TJ?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are being basically monitored, but I'm gonna have to fix that.
Oh, you messed up the TJ shot.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's look at the charts today.
Look at them.
I'm running a little weird on Lunar Crush. I kind of like the UI now. Coin Market Cap kind of screwed it up, but I think this is a cleaner look. Lunar Crush. Let's see. They also don't abide by the hex rule, so all you hexicans can start whatever. Anyway, Bitcoin 26,362. Blockchain backer said, I think we're going to have some more downward penetration before we get any more upward action. ETH at $1,800. Tether's still $1. Thank God. XRP, who gives a shit? Dogecoin, 7 cents. Polygon, 88 cents. Dude, what a nice price for Polygon right now. That is a scoopable price, ladies and gentlemen. Solana, $19. Ben Armstrong's favorite coin, Avalanche, $14.10. Anytime Avalanche is below $15, that's a steal. Ben Armstrong extremely bullish on Avalanche. You can hear his comments on Avalanche in yesterday's stream and in the highlights from yesterday. Hex,
1 cent.
Look at that chart. Boy, that's not some chop. That's called sliding into oblivion.
Yeah, I remember when Pulse Chain wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
And they were saying, oh, Hex going to 50 cents. Hex to the moon. And like, hey, I actually see, I'm not like opposed to the Hex community because when I see like a vibrant, contagious community in crypto, I'm all for it because I like when people get pumped up about crypto. But damn, I feel so bad for all the people who were like hyped on the Hex and got wrecked bad. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Hey, but it works. That's the best thing I've seen out of it. It works. I'm looking at it and I fear that it might be the Hotel California of crypto. We can go in, but you can never leave. But
get out.
There might be people making money off of it. We don't know. If the money's green and it's operating, there are developers that are, huge into Hex. So there may be something that I was watching it when it first launched and I still don't feel comfortable enough entering it. Yeah. But God bless.
God bless. Let's do some degeneracy real quick. I tell you what, I'm getting more and more interested in Cosmos as we go along, just because the Osmosis is such a great DEX. Subjects, if you have not checked out Osmosis in the Cosmos ecosystem, it is awesome. Okay, it is fantastic. The yields are dope, and if your liquidity pair is with Osmosis, then dude, Osmosis is at a floor. Hang on, I'm still trying to wheel and deal with this. Where are we at here? I want to look at a bigger chart.
Lunar Crush.
Yeah, this is the 1 week. Okay, so let's go to max for Cosmos. This is great. We're looking. It had a decent pullback in the crash. I think its all-time high was around like $44, $43. It's come down. It's at $10 now. So like that's really healthy. I like the coin. But let's look at Osmosis. So this is one of the trading pairs here for most of the Cosmos DeFi ecosystem. Look at Osmosis. Holy smokes.
Holy cow.
Boy, oh boy. This thing topped out at around like $12, $11 back in the bull run in 2022, at the very beginning of 2022, and then slid off into oblivion. But the development has been gnarly ever since. When you see this kind of chart, but you also know, AJ, the ecosystem that's behind it. Like, what does this look like to you? Does this look like a dead project, or does this look like a rubber band that has pulled the back about as hard as it can get pulled?
To be honest, man, like I like Cosmos as a project, but the success of Osmosis is married to the success of Cosmos. And to be completely honest with you, where Cosmos is now compared to its all-time high, I don't care about a 4X, bro. I'm not in this game for a 4X, and I feel like other people might think about that way too. I won't be buying Cosmos. I like the project. I think it works great. What they're doing is awesome, but it's really going to have to do good for Osmosis to wake back up. So I guess what I'm saying here is that watching Cosmos is like, if I was to make a trade here, I would be watching Cosmos to get in on the lower market cap under it, Osmosis. So if Cosmos starts ripping, then I'd be looking at Osmosis.
I'll crack a beer to that.
So it's possible. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Snap.
You know what? So here's, I respect what you just said. And if we're talking about strictly token ownership, Yes, AJ is 100% correct. The actual Cosmos token, the Atom token, not that sexy. I'm not in it for a 5x, right? Like if I'm going to 5x something, that's going to be my Bitcoin bag. It's not going to be any other altcoin. Altcoins are 10x or nothing.
20.
Yeah, 20x or nothing. But if you look at this, if you've got cash sitting around, look at this combo. USDC Osmo combo, okay? We've got a lot of trading volume. We've got a lot of pool liquidity. The freaking
what's the
APR?
Or APR?
29%.
That's not bad.
Dang.
That's pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
And so what you're trying to work out here is the impermanent loss, right? That's how you get burned with the stuff. But with Osmosis, the other part of this pair, Osmo being at the absolute rock bottom, I don't see how you're going to really fall into any type of impermanent loss situation. This is looking kind of juicy for me. If you've got 5K, you got 10K that's just sitting parked, that's cash, like on the sidelines, like earning 30% APR ain't bad. It ain't bad.
It's definitely a more proven project to be offering.
Yeah.
Near 30%. So that makes me a little.
So do they pay that out in Osmosis tokens?
Yeah.
Okay. And see that could even be good if you're staking it now, you're riding the wave, and then in time the price for those tokens go up that you're holding and staking. It's not a bad plan.
It's really not.
To be honest, like with staking, just a quick little bit. I've stayed away from staking. With Algorand and Folks Finance, that's different because it's like a pretty big payoff for a pretty short lockup. But with staking, I kind of feel like because I trade so much that I can put my money to work trading and outperform staking. I think staking is more for, say you have like 6 figures, right? And you want to put in like 30, 40 grand and let your money work for you. That's one thing. But if you're focused on trading and that's like your main thing, staking kind of has been a distraction for me in the past.
Yeah.
But I still think it's great for people who just want to make passive income and let it ride. It's not a bad play at all.
Let me ask, is there any kind of like risk associated with staking or no? It's just
with on-chain staking, like with what I would say it's there's risk with everything.
Yeah.
But I would say when it comes to crypto, on-chain staking is one of the lowest risk things out there. Like hands down, especially with a project like Algo. I stake my Avalanche and my Cardano. Although I'm almost done staking my Avalanche, I need to get into Trader Joe and really start ripping up some of that yield. So
I feel like some of my coins in Coinbase, I think Cardano or ETH maybe have been staked without me even like opting.
It's
in.
auto staking. Yeah,
It just does that.
So that's not on-chain staking. You're still doing it through a custodial system.
Right.
So like I stake my Cardano through Exodus wallet. And so I'm on the Exodus pool, but it's on-chain staking through Exodus. Like I own the keys. So I don't think you can do it through Coinbase wallet though. But if it's on your Coinbase account, that is higher risk, but it is still a much lower risk than the rest of crypto. So that's a great question though.
I do the same. I have like Cardano and Ethereum earning for me on my Coinbase card.
Yeah, I'm now earning more ETH by buying Ben token. Anyways, let's go. This is a shout out too.
That was hilarious, bro. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look, there's a really nice entry point showing up for Ben token on the charts. Like you don't buy into a green wave. That's wrong. And you don't degen into a green wave. And you don't degen during working hours. You do it at night. Okay, when gas is low.
I disagree.
Oh, really?
Just kidding.
Oh, really?
I just said that because he's my boss, everybody.
Hey, shout out Cassius in the chat.
Cassius,
hey, what's up, bro?
What's
Cassius
up?
That's
is a
my
cool
boy.
guy, man.
That's my boy.
I met
like
him in Austin for Consensus last year. I didn't know anything about it, but he came and found Ben and me and came out of nowhere, and he's been really good.
He's good people.
Oh yeah. Great
AJ,
guy.
would you have anything else to add to that? So don't FOMO into a green wave. Don't do it during business hours. Would you add anything else about degen rules, like rules to live by?
I mean, it's definitely all about timing. I know that. Listen, if you like, a lot of people want to make the most money as possible in the shortest amount of time. Listen,
I know. We all do.
I play that game every day, but you have to be really patient. The game is all patience. Like if you like if you see like something that's like finally coming up and you're one of the last people to get on, and then it goes up 5% and then it dips down and you got to wait for another run up, you're sitting there, you're trying to catch up your trade all day long. So what you got to do is you have to like try to look at that past price history and find those important levels, or if you run a volume profile, find the point of control, find the levels that matter the most. And sometimes there will be a trade that's just straight down the hill, and I'll buy like 30 or 40% of my trade here because it's one of those levels that I already have marked on the chart. And then if it turns around, I enter the rest of my position and then I ride that up. And instead of catching, like the money is made in the middle for the most part, but instead of, catching, 8% of a 20% move, you're catching 18% of a 20% move. And that it just comes down to experience, finding those levels and being very patient.
Exactly. Drew, you've been doing some 50x leverage trading. Do you have any other axioms to live by when you're doing some crypto degeneracy?
Yeah, like on trading, I have a long or an up and to the right bias right now. That's switched ever since we got out of the 17 trough. So I've only been really effective at not shorting, but longing. So I wait for a good correction, a big bloody red spike down, a little bit of, consolidation, or basically like a leveling off of the price, and then putting in my longs from there. I'm not comfortable like longing and then winning on that and then immediately shorting. Like, sure, I've done it a few times and gotten lucky on it, but really the ones that I lose are the shorts majority of the time. The longs I've, just learned and been honest with myself. Those are what I'm better at identifying. So I've just been kind of sticking with what I know. It's going well, but leverage trading, it's nothing that, maybe I've 3x to $30 bag, it's basically something that I do just to keep myself busy. But I use leverage trading to better understand my violent DCA entry points, because I violently DCA, or it's not really even DCA, and it's just YOLOing. When I feel like we've bled enough, we're ready for some upward trend. Then I just, because I don't consistently buy every week. I wait for really bad things to happen to price or something like that, and then I move in, because just how I was wired. I really got my real foothold into crypto when everyone thought they were going to die from the flu.
Yeah.
And dude, I really like something you said right there, is that, you're not worried about the shorts. You're just focusing on the longs because that's something that works for you. And see, once you kind of get into trading and you get more comfortable with it, you repetitively find these things that your brain, for whatever, sees more than other things. Like, I can go short or I can go long, but I also know a lot of people that kind of trade based off of RSI crossings on a 2-hour chart. I know people that trade strictly off of volume. I know people that strictly trade off of breakouts, or only go long or only go short. And what he said there, I really think was very valuable for people who are especially newer trying to get in the trading, is that you have to find something that works for you. Doesn't matter how much money you're trading, or if you're just like trying to learn the ropes to get into it, find your strategy. You don't have to try to do everything everyone says on the internet like Drew does. He only sticks with longs because he's comfortable going long. That's awesome. He identified what works for him, and that's going to be more profitable than stretching yourself out too thin, trying 20 different strategies when you really only need one strategy to work really well.
Follow the tracks you can follow.
Boom.
Okay. Don't try to pick up, 6 different tracks. Just follow one track. Okay. This is ancient Red Dead Redemption type of gameplay.
What a great game.
I know. Great.
Micah, man.
This is part of you. This is part of your strategy. But just smash that like button to prove you're not a Fed. Also subscribe. Hi, TikTok. Go ahead and hit that like button too on TikTok. Appreciate y'all. Double H, what he said? What'd he say?
What's that? Grant Farmer?
Yeah. Double H, call out them super chats.
Grant Farmer, we got a super chat prediction on Litecoin price up to its halving.
There is a video about that.
Yeah. I hear this guy.
Just saying. There's even been articles on Coin Market Cap about
hit pieces.
Hit pieces even.
Articles written
Google
about that.
Bard.
Look, Litecoin is your $100 stable coin. That's all I'll say about that. All right, let's get into this real quick. So your boy Nick DeMundi, miner extraordinaire. If you didn't watch the mining episode of Around the Blockchain, you have failed. Neoxa is releasing a Neoxa play to earn on Fortnite. That is their next game coming up on their play to earn ecosystem. You will earn crypto for free just for playing the game. They have a bunch of other games as well, including Rust, Minecraft, Roblox, and League of Legends. So yeah, look, this is a mineable coin, Neox. I've been mining it for a while. I am a Neoxa whale. But yeah, if you're mining and you're not mining Neoxa, you're doing it wrong. Anyways, there's a quick poll. You guys can pick my next investment. If you follow me on Twitter,
BlackRock.
what should I buy? The BlackRock ETF pays 8% APY. That's better than Lido.
Oh my God.
It's better than Lido. And look, guys, BlackRock is probably the biggest whale on the entire planet. If I'm going to trust my money with anyone, it's them. DeFi USDT 5% APY, or should I hold some powder for the long term? Vote in that poll. There's only one day left. Let's get into this thing. Look, guys, let's just talk about a quick crypto project real quick. There's a project called Multichain. They have gone dark.
What?
Silence coming from Multichain's leadership team, causing further uncertainty for users on the cross-chain protocol with $1.5 billion in total value locked.
This is not sounding good.
That's not bullish. Multichain co-founder DJ Kian, who no longer works with the project, said on Twitter today he asked the current Multichain CEO, that guy, and his founding partner, that guy, to see if they could provide any technical help. He asked what the situation is. He replied, it's not available yet. Apparently on Telegram, they think that the Chinese authorities have detained some of the leadership. Conflicts Networks, the latest entity to respond to the situation, has suspended Multichain's co-mint privileges as a precaution. This prevents Multichain from minting tokens on its blockchain. It added that it will help to work with users if any losses arise. Guys, stuff is still falling apart here in crypto. There's still second, third, fifth order effects happening from the FTX fallout. Do not YOLO your rent. Do not pull out a second mortgage on your house and put it into these offbeat, off the wall projects. You have got to be smart with your money. Let's move on. Trading volumes are hitting a rock bottom on crypto exchanges. This is bananas. Of course, I always cover it up. I think we just need to ask BJ to put him in the lower left corner instead of the lower right corner.
Lower left? That's a good idea.
Because all the good information, all the charts we look at are up and to the right.
Yeah.
True.
So we should be over here.
Up only.
Notes, guys. That's a note.
Noted.
Yeah. So look, daily volume exchange, basically in the toilet. That means what, AJ? What do you pull away from this chart?
Bad news bears. Actually, we went over this on the Around the Blockchain video that Hannah did last week.
Yeah.
That trading volumes, it's not looking good. And to take away from that, it kind of shows that less people are trading, and it kind of inversely proportional to how terrible volatility is. Because when the trading volume is a lot higher, there's a lot more going on the chart. So when a lot of traders say I'm not trading today, it's too choppy, it's because there's no volume, and it's been getting progressively worse over time. And this kind of comes with the whole macroeconomic, everything not being good, all the interest hikes, et cetera. People have less money to spend on trading crypto, and it shows over time, which is why when we find something volatile, we find something that has those pumpamentals, as people like to say, you have to run with it, because some charts are not worth trading,
So true. Fabian D, updated Fed funding rate probabilities. New base case is for one more hike by July. There's a possibility for 2 on the table.
Okay.
That's still priced in before year end. Does anyone give a shit about this anymore?
I don't. Well, I wonder if the hackers got the real dates. And I saw it's kind of interesting. There's 30% chance of no raise. Now, is that what it is?
I don't believe that. They're going to keep raising that. Until they realize, if we keep raising this, how much more it's going to cost to pay it back? Maybe they're starting to realize how hard they're stepping on their own foot.
That doesn't matter. They don't.
So they're just going to keep kicking the can down the street. Keep kicking the can down the street.
They are punching themselves in.
All right,
their
Drew.
own dick.
We need to make a bet here. We need to make a bet. Are they going to do away with the debt ceiling?
Oh, no.
Are they going to do away with it?
No, they can't. They can't.
They're not. They're not.
No, they're
you
not.
don't think they're just going to move it up like
Yeah.
They're going to move it up like because they haven't defaulted.
They're not going to.
They moved it up 90 plus times.
I know it's just going to continue. Okay, it's literally just we will continue raising the debt ceiling until Bretton Woods 2.0 is made, and that'll come after a city gets turned into an ice skating rink. from a heavy blast over the next 10 years. And then Bretton Woods will come and world peace and everyone putting pictures of hands holding each other's hand in 2032. They'll figure out something else to do with the monetary system. But until then, the foreseeable future, it will just continue to increase it.
I don't know. I kind of feel like the debt
lost.
ceiling is going away in the next five years. Away forever.
I did a project on the debt ceiling in high school, and I like a whole project had to like present it to everybody, and I still at the end of it still did not 100% understand it. Like
it's kind of fake.
yeah,
Like
I'm like it's wild.
Exactly.
Well, basically,
so I don't really
go ahead.
I hate talking about these raises because they're kind of inconsequential. He's going to continue to do them until unemployment gets to the magic 6% number, which is completely unrealistic and not related to the health of the economy. So Jerome Powell is locked in on this narrative and he can't deviate. So he's going to continue to obliterate the economy as he marches forward with rate hikes. And then he will probably take his foot off the gas later this year. But that's not driving the economy now. I think all this is already baked in. AJ, real quick before we move on, give me your comments. You have one.
I mean, dude, this is the plan. I mean, to all of 2022, like you said, that like it's kind of hard to keep talking about it, but what's been a narrative for so long. But when you look at this narrative, all of 2022, a lot of crypto influencers, a lot of crypto traders were saying like, "Oh, this is the bottom," and "Oh, this is the bottom." No, I bought this dip, and they bought like 10 dips, like the whole way down the road. All they did was buy dips, right? But that's because the narrative was to fight the debt by hiking up the interest rates to pay it back, and it's not working, and they're putting themselves in more of a hole because it's going to cost more to pay it back. And Hannah, the debt ceiling conversation is just really simple. It's basically a lot of other countries, we borrowed from them and we owe them money, and if we default on that payment, if we don't pay them back in time, that's bad news bears. We've never, ever defaulted. I don't even really know what a default looks like. Because
our credit score would be downgraded from AAA to AA.
Exactly.
And then everyone's interest rates gets readjusted at that point. So.
Yeah, and that would just be the worst look for America. So what do we do instead of defaulting, instead of letting that happen to our credit score? We keep raising it up a little bit, and being
we call
able
the credit card company.
It's basically
can
fake.
You raise our limit. Yeah.
And if the fact that we can even do that,
That is just not.
it just kind of proves how sad this whole thing is. But at the same time, what is Jerome Powell going to do other than keep raising it? They have to give themselves wiggle room. Yep. It's like a rubber band. It gets really, really tight, and we need some wiggle room here, or the rubber band's going to rip. So they raise the interest rates, give themselves a little slack until it happens again. It happens again. And when you look at the interest rates hikes in all of 2022, like I was saying with the people keep buying dips, like I kind of figured all of 2022 was going to be a complete bear market the whole way down. I didn't really buy that many dips in 22 because I knew they were still going to be raising interest rates, which consequently was dropping the stock market, and which was consequently dropping crypto. So as long as this is still the narrative, the talks of a bull run are kind of just rumors until we can kind of get a solid footing.
Yeah. Hannah, did we miss the super chat?
We did have one, and they
call
said,
it out. Be bold. Call them out.
Okay. Danny Carney said, "What did you guys think about the Ledger interview with Ben today? Do you still trust them?"
I actually didn't have a problem with the sharding thing as long as it's implemented correctly, because I do agree with Hotep Jesus when we need some type of custodianship to onboard more people, to onboard Gen X and the boomers. Like, they need that option, because that is how they've been trained to think about money, is they need custodians to hold on to their money for them. So look, if we can, that's a way to do it, then that's great. I think it was still kind of a wishy-washy answer on the subpoena thing. I mean, the guy, their CEO, was at the World Economic Forum just a few years ago.
Not a great look.
And he's buddy with Emmanuel Macron. So, I mean, I use a Trezor. That's all I got to say about that.
Didn't they just get hacked?
No, there's like this whole thing about like Trezors can get hacked. And it's like, yes, they found a vulnerability. You have to be physically present at the device for 15 minutes.
Okay. I didn't read the article. I just saw.
I know no one reads the article anymore. They just post the headline. So Trezors are safe. If they're not safe, if the hacker is in your house for 15 minutes unattended. Okay. So I can go ahead and say that no hacker has ever physically entered someone's house to hack their computer ever in the history of crypto hacks. It's never happened. So I would say a Trezor is pretty fucking safe. Anyways.
I was in the
on the board.
Why are you over there?
Well, because I had to.
What are you doing, dude?
I had to fix your volume.
You're confusing the audience, Drew.
Whatever. So
Damn it.
they're like, we need to just trust for the moment. I think the biggest problem that we're having here is, well, me personally have lost trust and faith in the Department of Justice over the past 4 to 5 years. They've given me 6 ways to Sunday of reasons why not to trust them anymore. So saying that, yeah, as long as an official channel with a DA behind it, maybe Alvin Bragg, whatever the hell his name is up in New York, Southern District, comes at him with a subpoena and it's official, then they have to hand it over.
Yep.
But why, would we as, people like me, I don't want to get into the council words, but I have no reason to trust this judicial system at this point with what I've seen them do to January 6th involvements. 700 people spent, years in jail on, absolutely ludicrous charges, which are clearly verifiably inaccurate as they're let in. So I don't have any trust for the Department of Justice at this point. They need to revamp quite a bit, not to mention the FBI in that regard. So it's hard to just be like, okay, I trust France and American judicial system to do the right thing. It's just not there. I could try to understand where he's coming from with the usability, but we are in a revolution. The French helped us in the last one. We need their help. We need friends. We need allies, and we don't need allies that are going to sell us down the river.
Exactly.
Facts.
Can you reset the chat real quick, Drew? Over on your
just
side?
really fast.
Yes.
For the 6 p.m. video, I really hope we can add subtitles to because I listened to it as it happened live, and like, not to be rude or anything, I didn't understand everything that he said, and I would like to watch it again with subtitles so I get the full message. Yeah,
very thick French accent. All right, let's get to the main story here. We'll just touch on this tweet real quick. Look, there's another signal that's showing that there's going to be a massive contraction. This time this has been breached. It's only happened 3 times in the past, and we just breached the household's net worth level, going negative. So, this is all just saying stuff that we've already heard about.
Speaking of contractions and breaches.
Whoa.
Oh God!
Oh man!
Tim had a baby yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Tim did have a baby.
I was wondering where you were going.
Where
with
does that go? Interesting.
I was like, what is he about to say? Right?
Congrats, Tim.
Yeah.
So David Marcus says, so far 2 presidential candidates, Democrat and Republican, took a strong stance to defend financial freedom and protect people's rights to use digital assets such as Bitcoin for the innovation and benefits coming from this technology to remain here in the U.S. of A. Robert Kennedy and Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis, of course, had his presidential campaign launch on Twitter Spaces last night, plagued by glitches. It's funny how they're like, this was the dumbest thing ever. This was plagued by glitches, and literally everyone is talking about it. Yeah. So mission accomplished. Everyone's going back and listening to the recording. I didn't know that Ron DeSantis was only 44 years old. I feel old. I thought he was a lot older than that.
He's like a West Point grad and everything.
Yeah. The guy didn't mess around. He says American decline is not inevitable. It is a choice. We should choose a new direction, a path that will lead to American revitalization. DeSantis said on the glitchy stream. AP is just like, you can feel the cope.
Oh yeah.
Right. Racing through his conservative accomplishments. I am running for president of the United States to lead our great American comeback. Let's see. The ultimate Republican nominee is expected to face Democratic President Joe Biden on the general election ballot in 2024. So AP thinks that it's going to be DeSantis Biden. Interesting. Let's see if there's any other highlights. DeSantis just 6 months ago won his re-election in Florida by a stunning 19 percentage points. Yeah, that was the biggest takeaway from the midterms, which was DeSantis absolutely donkey punched the Democratic Party. He also scored several major policy victories during the Republican-controlled legislative spring session. He says we need to win again. In the example of media avoidance, his official Twitter account for governor posted a photo Wednesday afternoon of a bill signing surrounding the dozens of bikers for legislation to help reduce motorcycle accidents in Florida. Reporters were not notified of the event ahead of time. Yeah, I mean, look, Ron has been jumping from the top rope onto the media and woke idiots for the past 2 years. I'm here for it. I love it. I think DeSantis will be a fantastic president. I think the Twitter Spaces, it was very glitchy, but overall, mission accomplished on getting the word out. I do like Robert Kennedy, and I just think he provides a unique perspective, just with his family being like, government royalty for such a long time, like a part of that elite class for such a long time. But DeSantis is, I think, going to be a real game changer for not just the Republican Party, but for the United States. Very bullish on it. Hannah, what did you think? Give me your takeaway.
Okay, so as soon as I saw the tweet that he was going to announce that he's running for presidency, or he had like decided or announced that he was running for president, I texted. I was happy. I was very happy as soon as I saw it. Like, I texted my dad, and I was just like, "Oh, like this is interesting. This is something to look out for," because he had just banned CBDCs in Florida. So I was like, "If you ban CBDCs, then thank you. If somebody is addressing it, I would like to have you in our government, working in our government."
Yep.
So yeah, I'm bullish on DeSantis. Happy about it. And the fact that he announced it in a Twitter Spaces with Elon Musk is very like with the things that are going on, and he's like involved, and that is really refreshing. It's nice to see that. So.
Yeah, and he was taking live questions from the audience, and that's dope.
That's huge.
Like that's the way it is, and like the traditional corporate media hates that because they can't manufacture the narrative. Before we get to Drew, AJ, what do you think? What's your takeaway?
I like DeSantis. There's some things I really don't like. Don't want to dive into that, to be completely honest.
You gotta at least tease.
No, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. I like him. Listen. I like him more than I don't like him. And if it is pick him or Trump, I would probably pick him. Just because not because I like him more, but because I know people hate him less, and he's more likely to get the crowd behind it. Because some people, even if like I understand like all the Trumpers out there, my dad really likes Trump. Like I think Trump's hilarious, to be honest with you. But there are some people that are just like, no way, never again, not touching that with a 6-foot pole. So I would go with DeSantis just on the terms that I think more people would vote for him than Trump. Maybe I'm wrong. That's I'm wrong. That's how I see it.
You're right.
But I also like Kennedy. I saw him speak at Bitcoin Miami. His voice thing, I knew about it. But when he first took the stage, I wasn't ready for it. And when it happened, it was kind of the talk of the town for a little bit, especially at the after parties and stuff. And some people think that he needs like someone to speak for him, kind of thing. But even if what the words he is saying is the most powerful, most coolest stuff you could think of, like the best things you could say, it's still the way it's packaged. People won't take it in just because it's not aesthetic.
Yeah.
So
I know. It sucks.
It's a problem for him.
It is, and I really think like the ultimate power team, like Avengers assembling, would be President DeSantis, Vice President RFK, with Chief of Staff Donald Trump.
Bars.
Because Donald Trump as a chief of staff, press secretary, doing all this,
That would be
press
lit.
junkets.
That would be lit.
The man would just show up with akimbo flamethrower, just be like, "What do you want now, bitch?"
Akimbo
flamethrower, baby. Put it on a t-shirt.
Clip that.
Nictatorship. That is the official weaponry of the Nictatorship. Are akimbo flamethrowers. Welcome. Plus one in the chat if you want akimbo flamethrowers. Let's do this clip, and then Drew, I will get your hot take on this.
Hold on, let me set some stuff.
Do we got NDI? Do we got vMix? I see connections. I see connections. I have the audios. I have maximum audio. I'm going to try it.
Where do you come down on this? What is your view, I guess, broadly of Bitcoin and people's right to hold Bitcoin and to transact Bitcoin?
And Dogecoin.
You have every right to do Bitcoin. The only reason these people in Washington don't like it is because they don't control it. And they're central planners, and they want to have control over society. And so Bitcoin represents a threat to them. And so, as you're saying, they're trying to regulate it out of existence. Look, could Congress enact a statute to ban things like Bitcoin under the Constitution? They may be able to do. I would oppose that. I think people should be able to do Bitcoin. But Congress has never addressed this in this fashion. And for the bureaucracy to just do it on their own and make it so people can't operate in that space, that's what we mean when we say we've got to return the government to the people's elected representatives who are our voice to be able to make these decisions. And so as president, we'll protect the ability to do things like Bitcoin I think these are people that are sophisticated. They can make decisions. There's risks involved with it, but let them do that. I just do not have an itch to have to control everything that people may be doing in this space. And I think that the current regime, clearly, they have it out for Bitcoin. And if it continues for another 4 years, they'll probably end up killing it.
Yeah. You can see the Trump operative has entered the chat. Completely smooth brain moron. Anyways, Drew, what do you think? What's your takeaway here?
Yeah,
Oh, he take his
people like me
headphones
are
off.
pissed. And I don't really want an eloquent president. I am tired of beating around the bush with the psychotic opposition that has punched my colleagues in the back of the heads and screamed at us in the streets during the summer of love. Do not forget. So, basically, I am still leaning towards Trump. I think that Trump's going to come out pro Bitcoin just by force.
Interesting.
I think he's going to realize that his constituents and the sovereignty aspect of Bitcoin does play into the overall, making America great again kind of conversation. I love DeSantis. I also really like Robert Kennedy. I've been following Robert Kennedy for 10, 15 years. Very unpopular opinions about the medical industrial complex that he's been putting out that I've been following and I've agreed with for the last, 10, 15 years. But yeah, I don't see, I know that the conversation or the idea of having eloquent conversation is maybe there for people, but I think that after what I've seen with Dominion, with Jan 6, with the DAs being bought out by Soros. I had to say it.
Oh, geez.
Say the no word.
Thanks, everyone.
Gotta say the no word. You just can't help yourself. You just can't help yourself.
I'm not here for
what did Dave Chappelle say? He said, when there's a group of white people, they're racist. When there's a group of black people, there's a gang. When there's a group of Jews, it's just a coincidence and we can't talk about it. Anyways, go ahead, Drew.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a very contentious time, but it's not going to get easier. It's going to get more contentious. We have to basically pick a side. Either you're for, the government knowing everything about you and them having backdoors and all the access that they could possibly ever want to your financial life, increasing your taxes, being taxed out of competitiveness in the markets and end up penniless and your children owing on your mortgage that you own now for the rest of their lifetime and never seeing a glimpse of financial freedom or control of their time. If you want that, go ahead, send a ballot in for Biden. But if you have a spirit, a rekindling of the actual revolution that this country is capable of, yes, we're going to need allies. We're going to need people to stand up outside of this country with us. But yeah, I mean, I'm not in the very eloquent or peaceful mindset about this situation at all, and I'm here for a contentious next 2 years because my kids' history, their future depends on it.
Yeah, Drew is here for the chaos. Buddy, can you make me a poll? Scoot over to the chat and do a Trump, DeSantis, or RFK poll.
I want to highlight a comment really quick.
Wait, put Biden for the fourth.
Cryptos for Liberty.
Yeah, no, don't do Biden. Yeah, just do those three. What's that?
Cryptos for Liberty said it's not red or blue, it's them against you. I just want to say that. When we get into politics, we're just having a conversation. Like me, I'm speaking for myself. I don't associate with either side. I like to hear everything and discuss.
Yeah.
So just by saying that, we know what side you're on. Thank you, Hannah.
Thanks. Yeah. Orange party.
I don't.
I was just joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a one-issue
good.
voter too. Crypto or no.
Yeah, I'm like a tri-issue voter. There are 3 issues that I really am concerned about, but crypto is definitely one of them. I think crypto is going to flourish overseas no matter what next bull run. Like that's where I'm looking at projects who have deep penetration overseas, and like in the APAC region, Eastern Europe,
Bitcoin,
and in Africa, all those BRICS nations. You're going to see big time adoption overseas. It's going to be slowed here in the United States. So, U.S. projects are, going to be treading water, I think, during the bull run. But just to kind of wrap this up with a bow, this election, every election is important, right? And you kind of hear the same sad slogan, like this is the most consequential election in the history of America. Well, like, look, man, they all are. Voting is important. Newsflash, voting is important. When I was down in Bitcoin in Miami, I was talking to this guy, and he was, we were like, hey, who are you going to vote for? He goes, nah, you know, I was a Bernie voter, and he's one of those Bernie Bitcoiners. He's like, I was a Bernie voter, and then I just got so demoralized with what happened. I'm like, oh yeah, because the Democrats like hate fair elections. Like, newsflash, bro. So I'm just not going to vote anymore. And then I think it was me, and there was another influencer there right next to me. And I said, well, dude, then they've won. That's a feature, not a bug, that they don't want you to participate. Okay. That's one of the few things that they can actually manipulate is an election, is people showing out. So like, yeah, the Democrat, like RFK has a really, really tough battle ahead.
He's not even going to get a shot at it. They're going. Did you see what happened to Bernie?
I know, but like,
Clinton?
yeah, I know it's coming. It's coming. But look, if Bernie couldn't even do it, and they sacked the election from Bernie twice
in front of God and country,
and literally every other liberal in the United States and Democrats, like hardcore blue DNC voters, still won't be up in arms about it because orange man bad. Yeah, cool. That's how polarized we are. Yep. Like, look, guys, we have to break out from the ideology. You need to look at the issues. You need to be an issues voter, not a party voter. Okay. It's party voting is the suck for this country. So Bitcoin is shorting the Fed. So always buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is shorting the dollar, so always buy Bitcoin. But look, if you're able to vote both sides, then do that. It's good for this country. So any other thoughts before we move on from Ron Desantis?
Yeah, I mean, like Bitcoin just seems like the ultimate vote, and then our political vote matters after that, in my opinion. Like what we do with our money and the velocity of the U.S. dollar matters more to the government than our ballot.
Yes.
So, you know, starting with capital flight, their most hated word, naughty word again. Yes, that's for you, AJ. We start there, and then we vote accordingly to, bring in legislators and representatives that'll allow us, or at least not even allow us. You know what? That's the wrong word. They'll get the hell off my lawn when it comes to my future and my sovereignty and my family. So,
yeah, there it is. Vivek is interesting for sure. I do like Vivek Ramaswamy. I think he's a smart guy. I don't think he has a chance in hell, but I think he's doing what a lot of the Republican runners are going to be doing, which is including Chris Christie. Dude, why the anyways.
But really fast, whatever happened to Andrew Yang? I want my
Yang
free
Gang?
money. Where's my free money?
Yeah, Yang Gang
Set
Forward
it
Party.
up. Yeah, Yang Gang, bring it back. Where's my money?
Realized how immensely corrupt the demons were, the demons, and he basically dropped out of politics. It looks like. So,
yeah,
very sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah,
very sad.
I would love to see. You know who'd be an absolutely fantastic Secretary of State? Now that I'm going back and thinking about it, friggin' Tulsi Gabbard, bro. She's lit. Nikki Haley, you're a neocon cuck for the World Economic Forum. Get the fuck out of here.
Get
Tulsi Gabbard, though, hot with the brains and hot with the squats. I watch your Instagram, girl. What's up? Let's move on. Oh wait,
see,
it is a dead heat between Trump.
Oh my gosh,
it is literally. Oh, Trump's just ahead.
Trump edging the crowd just like he always does. Hannah, you had you kind of had like a sideways take. I almost glossed over. What did you want to bring up? What did you want to discuss? Pre-show, we were talking about pre-show.
Oh! I wanted to talk about the sat phones that they issued to the U.S. senators.
Here we satellite
go.
phones, guys. Before we get
Microsoft announced that there was a hack led by some Chinese-based.
Very sad.
Yeah,
there were indeed
Chinese-based users,
and then
guys.
The 50 sat phones were issued.
50 sat phones. We're gonna get in the 50 sat phones, but not until you smash that freaking like button. Okay, do it for the Bitcoins. Do it for the Bitcoin. Smash that like button. If TikTok is still working, go ahead and hit that heart button. I don't even know. The camera's turned around. Yeah, you guys are getting it raw over there on TikTok. But this 50 sat phone thing, I think it's something
I got a bad feeling about Memorial Day. Bro.
I don't think it's a big deal. I think they just kind of
Memorial.
issue sat phones to people on a regular basis, right? Like, this seems like a normal government thing, or is that wrong?
Well,
Is there any counterpoint to that?
Of course, they have satellite communication systems set up. These the additional sat phones that we're talking about, they can't. The timing of them, along with movements of the U.S. Navy and the USS Reagan in the South Pacific Sea, the incursion into Russian soil over the last few days, we've seen from liberation groups, various names. And then Janet Yellen, they're like, hey, we'll figure this out on June 1st.
Yeah.
Something feels a little bit off to me. So, I'm not like going down into the ground and not coming out until everything's okay. But my 5-gallon gas tanks and all my other gas tanks are full. Extra propane's on hand.
Prep it up, baby.
One's in
Let's
the pipe.
go.
So,
You know what's really, really weird? So, Hannah, let me get this straight. I did not hear about the story. They're just giving out phones that are just for people in the government.
It's
It was
not
like-
like the border. It's
it
not
was
like
like-
everyone gets a phone. Okay, it's just the senators.
Just the
Biden
senators.
phones.
Okay, hold on.
Obama
This is
phones.
actually very weird. This is very weird. So, my sophomore year of college, I started to write a book. I got about 130 pages in, and it was called Apocalypse. And basically,
Not bad.
the idea was
Not bad.
is that Apple or whatever phone company was leading the race went down, and that they gave out this new phone to like the president and everyone in the military and the senators or whatever. And then at the end of every chapter, it was like how someone got the phone. At the end of the chapter, it turned red, and there would be another story. At the end of the chapter, their phone turned red, and blah 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 blah. And at the very end, like the joke here is that when the phone turned red, 5 seconds later, it blows up like a 5-foot Hiroshima blast radius, systematically killing everyone who was important in our country. So the fact that I wrote that like 10 years ago, and you're saying, "Oh, only senators get this phone," my brain was like, "Are you serious?"
All right, well, hear me
Holy shit.
in my doomsday brain. When I was in Knoxville, I was living with college girls on the University of Tennessee campus.
Hell yeah.
And I started, okay.
I just had to be like the BJ weird introduction.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was so BJ of you.
Whoa. But I was just going down the orange pill rabbit hole, and I was afraid at one point. There was a lot of things going on in my brain at this point, but at one point I was thinking about it, and I was like, what is stopping them from doing something like that? And not our phones. We wouldn't have access to anything. We don't have access to all the things that we're used to. I was like, I'm living in Knoxville with a bunch of girls that don't know anything about how like the government operates, and they're not having these same thoughts. I was like, I need to move back home and be closer to my family because I can't get anywhere without maps on my phone. I was like, I'm gonna be out here all alone. Like, I'm done. I was like, I need to be somewhere where I'm like more grounded and could like maybe survive on my own for like a month. Like, I don't know.
MapQuest was lit, fam.
MapQuest was lit.
MapQuest was
I will
lit.
say they've been China and North Korea have been harvesting hackable avenues into our power grid for years, maybe decades at this point. So I've been watching it and paying attention. I worked in the power industry, in security and cybersecurity. So I'm well aware of the vulnerabilities of the system. It's been there for a while. And what you're talking about, where your cell phone, across the board, if all cell phones, all electronics, the only way to really paralyze this country is with what's called an EMP, and that would have to be deployed over Kansas.
Let's do it, baby.
So
Let's
and that's
freaking go.
why wouldn't they? I mean, they would literally have to send a projectile.
I mean, they floated a damn balloon.
Those were data collections that no one believed me when I said that. They're data collection. They were collecting data on our military.
Right over military bases.
Right
and they let it
over
fly
it.
all the way across the damn
Right
country.
over it. Yeah.
Bullish.
I love it. Someone had a comment that said Trump didn't do half of what he said. He couldn't even pardon Assange. Instead, he pardoned Lil Wayne.
Hey, well, Lil Wayne did have a tour that was planned. I'm kidding. Okay.
And I gotta say, that's a pretty good criticism of the Trumpster. If he
some
couldn't even pardon Edward Snowden. He couldn't pardon Julian Assange. Right? He couldn't even get the freaking JFK documents unsealed properly. So, like, for all the good that he did drop the ball because, ultimately, like, he's an attention animal, and if it's not giving him the attention that he wants, he's not going to do it. So
The bump stock thing that really pissed
To
me
be
off.
fair, I would trade all of them in for Wheezy.
Would you really?
100%.
All right, AJ, you're off this show.
100%.
You're off this show. All right,
I just said that.
We're about to get crypto in black right here. We're going to do some degeneracy.
All right.
Continue to vote in the poll. That's a very interesting poll.
Yeah.
But Crypto in Black says now is a good time to DCA. Well, yeah. Watch out for L1, L2, GameFi, DEXs, yield, LSD,
I've had too much.
memes, AI. Watch these narratives. Accumulate the best long-term projects. Watch out for short mid-term plays and discover short-term opportunities. All narratives have their place. Don't let your bias get in the way. That's just some good
That's good.
thoughts, just some good grounding thoughts. It's basically the anti-FOMO tweet.
Yeah.
You know, don't be one of those FOMO nerds, right? Let's see, what else do we have here? This is another mindset tweet, but it's kind of lame. Peter McCormack. Oh, TJ, hot take. You are in control of your own life. Peter McCormack, if you don't like a conference, don't go and start your own. If you don't like something about Bitcoin, submit a Bitcoin improvement protocol and start coding. If you don't like wizard outfits, wear some normal clothes and don't look like a Burke. You can literally do stuff in life. I like how Peter McCormack throws in those like really weird British anachronisms. Like, what do you call a light switch in England? You call it the flippy whippy or whatever, right? They have all those dumb names for things.
The flippy whippy.
The flippy whippy.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that Mizzy person that's taken over
Who?
British news? It's like Mizzy. It's like this dude that was just like harassing and like terrorizing all their citizens, and he would film it on TikTok.
Oh, that guy. He was on Piers Morgan.
Yeah, he was
I
on
love
Piers
it.
Morgan
He's like
yesterday.
walking into people's houses.
Yeah,
And he's
it
like,
was-
"Why you such a knobhead?" And the boy's like, "You bro, you don't know me.
Yeah.
You what?"
he's like, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Your laws are weak.
Yeah.
You
Just
bloke.
right in their face.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it how the guy walked into Piers Morgan and he was like, "Yeah, all you British people are a bunch of weak ass cucks." What?
Bars.
God.
I love it.
Sorry, not
Casino Dog
sorry.
is coming after us. Yeah.
All right, let's do some degeneracy.
All right.
Look at this, guys. Token Hunter. If you're not following Token Hunter, you're stupid. Tansy Network has raised $3 million in seed funding led by Arrington Capital with participation from noted investors, including Borderless Capital, Hashi Capital, D1 Ventures, Hypersphere, C Squared VC, J Squared Co. Look, Token Hunter, they've got some legit picks. They've got some cool stuff. None of these are long-term holds, boys and girls. These are all degeneracy. Do not put your rent into these coins. But look, if they're getting money from Hashkey Capital, that is a big, big firm.
Boom.
Okay. It is firm. It is rigid. Their capital is rigid. Okay. So yeah, follow Token Hunter. They're pretty good. I like all their stuff. AJ, do you follow Token Hunter?
I do.
See? What did I say? If you're not following Token Hunter, you're stupid. AJ follows Token Hunter. He is smart. You can also follow Crucial Crypto, which is where your boys and your girls make their crypto picks. And we also get some hot fire in our newsletter. So check out Crucial Crypto.
Never heard of that one.
Never heard of that one?
I'm kidding.
Gotta check it out.
Yeah, I got him.
Got him.
Upstart little newsletter here with some upstart twerps like AJ giving some alpha. It's beautiful all the way around. Okay, we've got just a little more than a minute left. What are you looking to pick up, AJ? Or maybe what bag are you looking to fill? Number one, and what is a new project or something that's like you've kind of rediscovered recently that is looking kind of hot?
Well, I day trade AGIX like basically every day, absolutely killing it.
Yep. As per usual,
Dude, Bencoin.
Bencoin.
Bencoin. I got like 7 ETH just waiting.
Just 70,
Whoa.
just waiting for that entry point.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Bencoin. Double H, what are you thinking? What are you looking to fill up?
Mine are pretty much always the same: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP.
Wow.
Ben also right now, but
Okay.
right now I'm heavy on the ETH, stacking ETH because I'm so bullish on pudgy penguins.
Wait, can you tell us about that
What
again?
is-
I want to
Pudgy
hear it again.
Penguin's so interesting.
Because go look at who the team is and go look at what they're doing. Like that's it. For
Oh my
real. No, I'm not kidding. I've been
How
watching
am I
this.
supposed to a picture of that?
I've been following this project for over a year, and I'm
They're still not a blue
There's
chip
so-
yet?
they will be. Just mark my
There's
words.
something about your excitement that makes me think this might take off
Mark my words.
in the young
Yeah.
group.
And
Mark
the
my
Pudgies?
words.
Pudgy
Mark my
penguins?
words.
What's the
mark
floor
my words.
again?
Yeah, what's the floor?
The big pudgies right now are like 9K. Little pudgies are like $900.
Not like dollars?
So
$9. Wait, That's 2468. That's like 5 ETH.
Yeah, the big one, yeah. But you can get littles, and littles are gonna be worth more.
I don't want the little one.
And they have rods, like you can fishing poles. They're making an online game right now. They just launched plushies on Amazon. I have 3 on the way to me. I paid $60 for these little animals that are gonna give me an NFT that I can log in. And here's the thing: you can log in, it gives you NFTs, and then you can trade those. So it'll be like the hat that your penguin's wearing. You get that as an NFT. You can trade that. People are profiting off of the NFTs that they're registering from their $20 plush from Amazon.
This is
right
amazing
now.
alpha.
Go look up Pudgy Penguins, Luca Nuts. Shout out Luca Nuts. He's a genius. His partner, all of them.
Drew, can we do
I'll stop.
No, I love it. Drew, can you do a specialty shot? Can you set that up on me, zoomed in as close as possible? It's like uncomfortably close. You don't have to do it. Like, do it right now in the background. I'm thinking, look, first of all, there's, Avalanche under $15. That's a good scoop. I know AJ has his problems with Avalanche, but look, Avalanche under $15. That's a pretty good pick. All right, let's go to that shot.
Ooh.
Pudgy Penguins.
Pudgy
Hannah,
Penguins.
Double H. She's your girl. If you guys don't hook her up with something, you're doing it wrong. Stop fading my girl Hannah Hughes. Pudgy, look at me. Look at me. Get in with her. You need her on board.
See?
Look at that face. Look at that energy. Look at this alpha. Quit messing around, Pudgies. Get out my face. Look at this. Look, take my screen. Pepe Pow. Look at that. You can mine it. It's a Pepe mineable meme coin. Holy crap. What the frick is going on here? If you want to turn on your 3090s onto some Pepe Pow, get in there, boys and girls. Look at all this green in mining land. God damn. Looks good.
That's a 78% increase.
Yeah. 276%. This is proof of work, baby. Caspa up a whole bunch. Chlor up a whole bunch. Nexa, pretty good. Dynex. Cortex, you can't even fucking mine it. Mining is great these days, friends, boys and girls. But yeah, I think Avalanche honestly is the one I'm looking to scoop. And you know what? Illuvium, the token, the tokenomics look kind of hot. And there's Illuvium staking. It's like $50 right now for Illuvium, and its all-time high was $1,200. That's pretty good. Not financial advice. Wait, no, wrong. Everything I say is financial advice.
Direct.
Anyways, Druth, give us your looky-loos and your picks real quick before we get out of here.
I'm gonna keep buying PSYOP just because of the name.
You
and
son of
I am
a
such a
bitch.
sick
Wrong Ben.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I have Ben. I got some PSYOP. I think I like PSYOP. I like Ben, and Mina is getting pretty down there. I'm curious if it keeps sliding down into like the 30, maybe $25 range.
Yep.
I took profits. I doubled up on my render and took profits, and that stupid coin is like about to hit $3 a piece. So pretty upset about that. But I'll be re-entering render as soon as I can. I'm going to the Preparedness Depot to this weekend with Manawak. Shout out.
Congratulations.
Check out,
Yeah.
buy a shotgun and check out cars.
Yeah, DCA into 556 and 223. Anyways, folks, that's all we got for Blockchain Basement. I'm your host, the Nick Tater. Remember, we were all spiritual beings having a human experience. Go out, touch grass, call a friend, hug a loved one, talk to a stranger. DCA is the way. Appreciate y'all. Smash that like button, subscribe, follow AJ, follow Hannah, follow me. You want to be my simp, follow Drew. That's all I got. See you at the top.